Welcome back to our channel. If your birthday on this day, kindly comment your name, year of birth and country of birth. If you like our work, give like and subscribe our channel. Check description to see about our offers and new announcement. Here we see truth about birthday on this day. 13. In the event that you were brought into the world on the 13th day of the month, you are one of those people who owns undertakings to consummation, whether or not you really started them. You can be powerful with a fairly serious way which would scare less certain spirits. While you might be fairly a maverick, you have extraordinary authoritative abilities and would dominate in project the executives, annuities design or in any event. Cultivating. You may need to battle a ton in your life. You are a determined individual. You have an exceptionally insubordinate, self-centered and a resolved nature. By and large, you have an assorted character of your own. You normally see everything from a contrary perspective. In a contention or discussion, you generally take up the contrary side, and despite the fact that you are not combative, you prevail with regards to drawing in contempt, resistance and numerous adversaries. You are firmly constructed and have an extremely reasonable viewpoint. You might be slanted towards changes, everything being equal, and work for the improvement of misused and penniless individuals. You are positive in your perspectives and conclusions. You generally stay alert in your day-by-day life. You are a truly solid and reliable individual. You may acquire gigantic accomplishment in the field of science and mystery. You will be a prosperous and well-off individual. Individuals may see you as an extremely gentle and agreeable individual. However, you are in reality difficult from inside. You are a truly dependable individual. While being astute, you are probably going to experience the ill effects of strange afflictions. It might end up being somewhat hard to analyze these sicknesses. You may likewise experience the ill effects of torment in the back. You should watch yourself from becoming sick during the long periods of January, July, August and September. You should attempt to try not to exhaust during this period. You are typically extremely inquisitive naturally. You will need to go into the profundity of any matter that is brought or set up before you. You will be a prosperous and rich individual. You will prevail in your profession from the 31st year of your life. You don't make companions without any problem. You are normally exceptionally over-delicate in your sentiments. You will normally feel desolate and disconnected. You become effortlessly crestfallen in the event that you don't succeed. You will remain either at the top or in the base situation in your life. You have an incredible love of family, custom, and local area. You are the establishment of any venture you focus on, taking care of your job sincerely and accuracy. You love things that are strong and grounded in the common sense. However, you have a lot of creative ability that is looking for solid types of articulation. As anyone might expect, you love nature, a definitive association of magnificence, structure, and capacity. You are a characteristic coordinator and chief with an eye for detail. You can buckle down, long, and honestly. However long you are taking acceptable consideration of yourself, you have phenomenal focus. You must be mindful so as not to get exhausted to the point that you presently don't set aside effort to play and enjoy the scenery. Your associates perceive your order and come to depend upon you unexpectedly. You may feel that you presently can't seem to discover the work you genuinely love or were intended to do. There might be an inclination that your gifts are covered excessively profound for you to discover them. This can prompt attempt a wide range of employments without an inclination that you have genuinely discovered your place. Your test is to benefit as much as possible from what you are doing well at this point. You should raise the work you are presently liable for to a serious level of craftsmanship. Capitalize on what is directly before you. The universe is directing you generally. You need to develop confidence and a readiness to put forth a concentrated effort to the current matter. On the off chance that you won't grow such a disposition, you may meander from one occupation to another, relationship to relationship. Utilize your extensive constancy and assurance. You can be obstinate and unbending, declining to permit new and inventive plans to infiltrate your inflexible adherence to set-up techniques. This can, and frequently does, prompt dissatisfaction and constraint for you. Things appear to take everlastingly, particularly when you oppose bringing new methodologies into your actual clean and agreeable methods of getting things done. The keys to your prosperity are your eagerness to keep everything under control and order in your life, and to take advantage of each chance that comes your direction. Focus on outcomes, and hierarchical abilities help you make your fantasies materialize. You have an incredible stylistic craftsmanship, ready to address and safeguard the interests of the group or endeavor. It could well end up in administration exercises. The number symbolizing the 4 elements, 4 seasons and 4 periods of life. People with soul's number 4 are hardworking, balanced and sensible. All that they want to achieve is achieved by themselves. In discussions, they take the opposite position and very rarely give free rein to emotions. With bayonets perceive the rules and instructions, they are drawn to reform. 4 means success in technical areas, restraint and equilibrium in all things, beginning with the way of dressing and finishing with the style of correspondence. Underlined industriousness and perseverance make it conceivable to intrigue others on dependability, to motivate certainty. People who are belittled by the number 4, shut and secretive. They honor more than some other family ties and the amicability of sexual coexistence. From them inhales the quality of sexuality. Be that as it may, they are not intrigued by sex without responsibility. They need a typical long-haul relationship. Marriage in the presence of youngsters are treated appropriately and capably. You are a danger unwilling, shaking and mindful. You are extremely persevering and industrious, ready to accomplish a lot of alone without depending on anybody. With this, the number 4 doesn't promise you a brilliant future, in the event that you don't set significant standards for yourself, yet it lays in you a strong establishment for additional turn of events and a great deal of abilities reasonable for some claims to fame. Uranus. This is an extremely rebellious, difficult individuals who never live by the for the most part acknowledged principles, head out in a different direction. They take a stab at social changes, and they are attempting to dismiss the past. These are altruistic, inside autonomous individuals with a non-standard lifestyle. They endeavor to discover whatever number companions as could reasonably be expected, show an interest in the otherworldly life, adore and appreciate nature. Albeit individuals of Uranus are free, they are not shut and not the only one, zeroed in on the organization. Even after the disintegration of the marriage, they keep on keeping up agreeable relations with their previous accomplice. Individuals of this sort are versatile, extremely upright in their work, anxious, they have a fantastic memory and great hierarchical abilities. Great intermingling with individuals of the main, second and seventh sorts. Manifestation their own personality and creativity. That is the main venture of those humans. Most of them are actual tough people in that they never prevent till they finish the challenge. People of number 13 are in a position to complete any work assigned to them. They fearlessly take any new duties. It enables them to higher experience the rhythm of lifestyles. These are humans of motion. They do no longer like being vain. Their business thoughts and conclusions are typically very perceptive. Sense of justice is particularly developed in humans of this number, and, despite their obvious independence and individualism, they constantly strictly comply with the phrases in their contracts. Some human beings of number 13 may also now and again come to be egocentric, specifically when it comes to their careers. However, they are able to display international relations whilst it's far clearly wanted. They are materialist, whose hobbies are inside the intellectual sphere. They are typically the maximum informed of their environment. They do not thoughts talking approximately art, psychology, literature, talk the political, ethical and low-priced problems, and their sociability and humor are making them very appealing inside the eyes of others. Life is continuously providing them with adjustments and new demanding situations. but they like the chance and the capacity to expose their creativity in exclusive conditions. Thanks to their determination to prevail, highbrow competencies and the capacity to cautiously pick out their way, they are able to reap outstanding heights. People of the birthday number 13 must examine how to be given new opportunities and changes, due to the fact they suggest increase, and any boom is related to the manner of understanding and realistic reassessment of lifestyle's values. Their maximum desires they could without problems achieve in a group of like-minded human beings. Emotional traits. The emotional and sexual lives of number 13 is complex and not one ever clean aspect. It can be effortlessly defined through a warfare between two opposite numbers. Outwardly, the number 13 could be very self-assured, but it smiles best on the floor. Internally, those humans often want to be cheered up and they need a person who can provide it to them. They need to be valued and appreciated. The number 4 is gambling, a completely important function of their emotional lifestyles. For the number 4, it isn't always so clean to get connected to a person, but once it befell, this person remains faithful for life. So the sincerity of the number 13 is beyond doubt. Ironically, in intercourse their feelings are gambling, a minor function, if they may be crucial in any respect. They are very horny and feature a desirable appetite, but they will regularly be stressed by their emotions. Even if they're with someone they love, the entirety is physical and serves most effective the delight of simple goals. Although human beings of number 13 are generally very passionate, and at times it's pretty difficult for them to control it. Number 13 cannot be called a very clean associate, and for his happiness, he desires a spouse, having the traits of many exclusive humans. First of all, human beings of number 13 need assist and confidence. Sometimes they feel worn out and depressed, so their associate must be capable of dispel such mind and send them to a greater high-quality thinking. Despite this, the number 13 is a leader by using intuition and the commander with the aid of nature. Their companions ought to be able to follow them. The crucial mission for buddies and spouses of number 13. They should help him to develop the coolest traits of his mind and soul. High religious qualities, efficiency and determination makes human beings with the birthday number 13 very prominent. They're almost guaranteed to have a terrific lives. People born beneath number 13 should learn how to triumph over pessimism and have a look at the bright facet of life. These humans certainly are satisfied owners of many fantastic characteristics, and have to broaden them in place of the terrible ones. Success may be very near them, and they should no longer chase it away, lacking possibilities. They own the qualities of leaders and commanders. They are additionally very serious. There is not anything that might hinder the fulfillment in their lives. The handiest downside is their own bad mindset to the matters they do. They have to conquer this via applying superb capacity and the strength of will. You are very close to your family. You feed traditions and proper kindness. You are someone to rely upon. You can get any work, because human beings round recognize that you'll handle it with obligation and backbone. You price useful and realistic things, because you understand that the entirety on this life ought to have a purpose and a use. However, it does not imply which you are non-creative individual. Conversely, you have got inventive skills. Your thought is in best concord of aesthetics and use, and also you explicit yourself in the same lovely way. It isn't unexpected that you like to observe the encompassing world of vegetation and fauna, the proper instance of how aesthetics touches on efficacy. You are eager for the smallest elements, so the whole thing you do is remarkable even at the tiniest ranges. You are a workaholic, however don't understand it as a compliment, due to the fact you want to think of yourself first, or the time will skip by using and you will find out that you've overlooked the show. Your colleagues know which you are, a reliable man or woman, but you do not constantly experience which you are on the area wherein you want to be. Maybe it's far because you need to look for any other job, perhaps it'll open some other facet of you, and you'll feel glad. The work in your life is crucial, due to the fact you open yourself through the process of Advent. It's far your way of self-expression. Your shortcomings, the paintings which you have now, or the hobby in which you're worried it might also end up the most critical for your lifestyles. So you need to think how to open your potential in 100%. You're great now. Use your thoughts completely and make a contribution to the paintings you're doing now. If you want it, if you feel it's far right for you, it matter that the universe is providing you with a signal. If you feel that it is not your location, alternate it as quickly as feasible. If you are too sluggish for your choices, you can stick being a nomad among jobs and your capacity may be unrevealed. Your staying power is your exceptional friend in such situation. Sometimes you're the maximum obstinate and slim-minded man or woman inside the global, so the fantastic thoughts that you have appear ridiculous to you. Every time when give you an idea, definitely write it all the way down to your concept listing in case you do not have one. Create it. Save them for the destiny, but don't block concurrently. You can sense internal disaster due to the fact you generally tend to work with famous and ordinary techniques which pull you into recurring and consequently into depressed nation.